So you'll make your season debut today. How excited are you to just get back in the lineup?
Big. It's something, you never want to be injured, and you kind of, you see the start that they kind of had and the camaraderie you build, and you just try to be a part of anything you can, and it's just a different feeling being back on the ice with everybody, so yeah, we're really excited.
You had a coach's hat on before, so put it on again here, 11 games in. How much are you watching, and what do you see in this team?
Like I said before, it's a good start. It's obviously, like you said, still early, and we're still building and really trying to find what identity that we need to have day in and day out that takes care of it and gets us wins. The staff, the players, everybody is buying in, and it's coming along really nicely. It's another close group, which is exciting to see. And while being injured, you kind of sit back and kind of see it, and you kind of see the fun that they have, whether it's on a bus, on a road trip, after wins, and you can just see everybody gelling, and that's exciting to see.
On the staff, we haven't had a chance to ask you about Michael Leone, and it seemed like you really loved playing for Apps. What's it like just being around Leo?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing that we've had around here is having the same identity and stuff, but he's able to put his own twist on it, and that's a good twist that we need, and as a guy, he's unbelievable, easy to talk to. He just wants you to play the right way too. It's working hard, it's doing the little things, it's consistency, all that kind of stuff, and he's one that can get it out of you. And obviously 2 assistants back, and that's seamless there, and all together the staff has been great getting across their message with a few twists, which we probably needed, try to push us through. But yeah, the staff's been great, and practices have been great.
You talk about the excitement in the group, trying to find its identity. If we could just focus on the blue line, this team seems uber talented on defense. What do you see?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's a great back end, good depth. We got, some young guys back there, but they've stepped in really nicely. It's super competitive. When you look at practice and you got 8 guys back there that are trying to fight for spots, it pushes the group, it pushes practices, it helps the forwards, it's kind of goes full circle. So it's obviously exciting to see. Obviously, we know it's a long season and you need some depth, and that's something we have on the back end.
For you personally, what typically is the biggest challenge when coming back from an injury?
I think leading up to it, it's just about trusting it a little again. And then getting back in games, it's just trying to replicate, that game pace that you haven't seen in a little bit. Obviously, we do it to our best ability, being with Craven on the ice and getting in practices, getting in the mix a little bit. It's always hard to just, get the true game feel. So that's probably the biggest thing, but as you said, it's like the first game, you got the adrenaline going, you're happy to be back, excited, teammates are there. So it's just being simple early and getting the legs going.
Isn't talked about a lot or enough, but how important is he to guys like yourself when it comes to rehabilitating?
He's huge. I think, like you said, he doesn't get talked about enough, but he's a huge part for behind the scenes of what we do and how we get back, and his ability to be in the strength room, rehab he has his fingers on, and then his ability to go on the ice with us. And there's times there where I'm the only injured guy at times, and he's able to lace them up, get passes, pressure, physicality, all those type of things that you normally wouldn't be able to get just being out there by yourself. So I think he definitely speeds up the process and gets us back out there.
Long term you've been out. How do you combat the boredom, if you will, or the anxiousness to get back in the lineup? It's got to be a tough thing to do for such a long time.
It's not easy. Obviously, I try to be in the locker room and kind of get it that way, and still be around guys, because that's kind of what brings you, the excitement at that time. It's, you're trying to strive back to get back on the ice with them. But at the time, you got to just get anything you can take, and it's, just chatting in the locker room, staying after a little bit, just staying in it. And that kind of, keeps you alive for a bit. And then once you start getting back in practice, and that's when the true juices start flowing.
We have, the last few years, had a very big defensive core, but now with Komarov and Novikov and some of the big boys out there, is size helping, do you think?
Doesn't hurt, I would say. They both, everybody moves great too. I think we got great skaters back there. They think the game, which I think is huge, and everybody's got their own way of doing it. I think some guys are, maybe going to hit more. Some are just physicality around the net. It changes from guy to guy, but I think it's a good mix that we have back there between, some bigger size. We got a lot of puck movers and some offensive ability too.